My wife of 6 years said she loves me, but not the way she used to. What happened next turned my entire world upside down. Plus 2 updates. I am 35, feel like my wife, F34, has put me in the friend zone. We've been married for 6 years, together for 8. Overall, our marriage has been a happy one. We've shared similar goals for our life together, and about a year into our relationship, we even began working alongside each other. But something shifted at the start of this year. I got promoted, which meant working odd, demanding hours, leaving us with much less time to be together. At best, we managed one day a week to go out and do something as a couple. I thought we were making a concerted effort to spend quality time together. I'd call her during breaks or on my drive home, things like that. Fast forward to about 2 months ago. I started noticing how deeply she'd become invested in her online gaming group, spending long hours with them, even on days we had set aside to spend together. Our love life had mostly fizzled out, apart from one isolated incident. She came home after work in an intense moment of excitement and we had an amazing time getting it on. Yet, something about that event felt off, like a nagging thought I couldn't quite place. That was 3 months ago, and since then, there's been no physical intimacy between us. Then, 2 months ago, we had a fight. In the heat of it, I essentially accused her of not wanting to be in this relationship anymore. That's when she dropped the bombshell. Over the past month or so, she's fallen out of love with me. She wasn't sure when it started, but it was definitely this year. I was crushed. Deep down, I'd sensed something was wrong, but because we'd always been so close and so aligned, I hadn't even considered that she might have stopped loving me. She told me she still cares for me deeply, but now she sees me more like a roommate or a neighbor than a romantic partner. I spiraled into a depression and threw myself into trying to fix things. I spent every waking moment working to save our relationship. We took a week off from work, went on multiple dates, and I tried everything I could think of to reconnect. At our high point, she said she loved me like family but admitted she wasn't in love with me anymore. A couple of days ago, I finally said, maybe you should get your own place for a while. I still love her deeply, am attracted to her, and care so much, but the constant sting of rejection every time I see it in her eyes is unbearable. Over the last couple of months, she's mentioned wanting something new, an adventure, a fresh start, or a new place. That's the main reason I suggested she move out. I don't want to trap her in a marriage where she knows she can't fulfill her role, and it's clear my own happiness is taking a hit. Here's where I need advice. My family and friends disagree with this decision and believe we should exhaust every effort before considering a separation. I feel like I'm smothering her with my needs while she's still here, and it's making things worse. Am I being short-sighted or selfish here? Or is this just how marriages evolve over time? My parents went through years of a loveless marriage before divorcing. Maybe this is just what happens, relationships eventually shift into friendships, and I'm the odd one out for still craving intimacy. Update 1, 2 months later. My wife and I are separating. She's fallen out of love. It's been 6 years of marriage. She's now living in an apartment about 30 minutes away. We don't communicate much anymore. When we do, it's civil, and neither of us intends to hurt the other. She doesn't want me, and I've mostly come to terms with that. But I do want a partner, someone to share my life with. The question is, should I wait until I've finished mourning this relationship, or should I try to find someone now? I'd never want to hurt someone by unintentionally rebounding, but I deeply feel this void inside me that I want to fill. There's also a part of me that wonders if my wife might rediscover why we were together in the first place and decide to come back someday. There are so many uncertainties. But at the same time, I know what I need in life. I need someone. So, what should I do? Update 2, 3 months later. To sum it up, she's got a new boyfriend now. She moved out a couple of months ago, and apparently, he's someone she's been talking to since the start of the year. Things only recently escalated, or so I've been told. I found out about this from a mutual coworker, fifth-hand knowledge at best. Naturally, I called my soon-to-be ex-wife to confirm. I asked her, so, I've heard some things, anything you want to come clean about? After a long pause, she finally says, I went on a date. I already knew, so I pressed her. And? And it went well, she said. And? I asked again. There was a fainting incident in the hot tub, she added. And? I kept pushing. And what? She shot back. Y'all got freaky, right? I asked. Well, we tried some things. Girl, don't even. Yes, we were intimate. Okay, bye. That tiny 2% sliver of hope I had that maybe, just maybe, we'd reconcile? Gone. We haven't even filed any paperwork yet, and she's already hooking up with some guy from the internet. I get it. I see it. Loud and clear. Now, I'm reflecting on our relationship and realizing some hard truths. She wasn't really a great friend, family member, or person in general. She was a good wife, until she wasn't. I want to thank all of you for your feedback and support through all this. It's been a huge eye-opener, especially regarding how much emotional energy I was pouring into her every single day. I had nothing left for anyone else. Now, I'm spending loads of time with friends and family, working on building and maintaining those connections. Even with all the bad, there's been some good. For example, my brother moved in with me, and honestly, he's been an absolute godsend.